Speaking of problems, first, I have a question. I've seen the changing of roads, first, the names. There's this road here, first.
This one.
It's changed into be called Winnie Mandela.
Which one?
This is a certain road from here in Pretoria. My question is here first. Why is it the name of this country is not changed? It's still called by the name of the colonization first.
We are led by clowns in this country.
Yeah, first.
You can check. The ANC is led by clowns. They are not decisive.
How? Elaborate more.
This land, this country is just like a direction now. Southern part of Africa. What kind of a country is that? We have Zimbabwe. Rhodesia. It was changed from this colonial name of Rhodesia to Zimbabwe.
Hey, first. So you mean by other ways this?
After taking power in 1994,
Yeah, first.
what black people were supposed to do was to change the name of this direction, because it's just southern part of Africa. There's nothing there.
So what is exactly the name of this country?
Azania, the land of black people. We must drive the whites to the sea if they do not want to adopt the name of Azania. But the ANC, because they are clowns.
So in other words, first there's a problem in collaborating with white people.
There's no problem.
So why are we
White
chasing
people
them to this?
White people must be in this country on our terms. On our terms and conditions. White people have colonized black people for quite some time. We are poor today. We have nothing to show in this country that this country belongs to black people. By the way, Azania means the land of black people. So now you leave that country to be South Africa, a colonial name.
Yeah.
Now you as a black person, in majority of us, we claim, we used to say that we are not even heavy a title deed of this country. Are you heavy a title deed?
No.
White people have fenced all farms here. One white person is owning more than 30 hectares of land in this country. Black people are seated in cuckoos there. And Mkuku, chief, let us tell you, Mkuku, that's where white people put their tools. It's not a place for people to stay. Go to Atteridgeville here, you'll find thousands of Mkukus there. Black people are, they are not staying in a conducive environment, but they claim that to say that no, this is our land, this is what. You are claiming white people, one white person here, chief, owning 25 hectares of land alone.
So we're having a president here first. He's black, not to be racist. We're having a black president. So why is he not taking care of all of these things?
How do you determine that somebody is black?
By the color of their skin.
Ramaphosa is white inside. The souls of Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa, his dream, that man, is that one day he can just pray God to turn him into white. When he wake up in the morning, he just prays each and every day that no, today, comrades, let me wake up being a white person. That's his own prayer.
Why are you saying that?
Ramaphosa is white inside. His soul is white. There's nothing that he's doing to our people.
So it's not. I heard Ramaphosa has raised a foundation whereby FASA he gives back to the community.
After stealing, he was in PMP, that man of white people. He killed our people at that Marikana. How possible can that be? It's like Mutsiba, they are used by white people. White monopoly capital is using them. For just to have one black person who's sucking the pants of white people there.
So you mean everything that Mandela went to in jail was just in vain?
The first sellout in this country is Nelson Mandela. There's no one. You wanted political power, and then what? What? The issue is economy here. Black people are still suffering for 400 years being colonized.
So fast.
We claim that no, we have voted. We never fight to kiss or to marry white people. This
So-
is a continuation of the struggle of Shaka, the continuation of the struggle of Sekhukhune.
So
Why were they fighting those people? They were fighting for the land. And then we will continue. Mandela comes and say, no, this is
so
a
first,
rainbow nation.
so
what,
first,
what,
going
what.
back to our debate first. So which party do you think Fasa can stand firm for in this country?
We had, prior 1994, you must know how the ANC robbed these elections.
How?
There came a man who stayed in prison who was not fighting. We had organizations like the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania. We have the Azanian People's Organization, which were committed. Remember the Black Consciousness of
Yeah.
Biko, which later became Azapo and so forth.
Yeah.
We have the likes of Usobukwe under the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania. But prior to 1994, those organizations, they never formed part and parcel of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. They never wanted to reconcile with white people. White people have been enjoying power for 400 years, oppressing black people. Why should they participate in the democratic elections? Why should they participate in those elections? They are supposed to wait. Black people only, because this is their land, to participate in the election, electing a black president. But the ANC, through back doors, they ran and collaborated with white people, the clerks of those times. They even disbanded the National Party and joined ANC, most of those white people. We have the minister like Martina van Schalkwyk.
Yeah.
He's from National Party. So they came and joined the ANC and become part and parcel of the government. Why did white people participate in democratic election when they never wanted democracy themselves? They were oppressing our people. They were supposed to not to be allowed to participate in democratic elections in 1994. The land was supposed to be taken immediately after power. Mandela as the president was supposed to take the land and continue with the struggle of Bushak. But the man said, no, there is a willing buyer, willing seller. What's that? How are we going to buy the land that was stolen? How can you buy something that was stolen from you?
How can you negotiate?
How do you negotiate with what? We must just take the land and be like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe took the land. Mugabe never negotiated with white people. He took the land and gave it to black people. In South Africa, we're like, we're supposed just to take the land with our majority of votes in parliament, give the land to the state. But
And distribute it.
But do you trust the ANC if you do that? If they can steal the money of the state, how do you trust them that they won't give their own people? If you are not a member of ANC, you are not going to be given a piece of land. Hey, how do you trust the ANC? Because they are criminals, those people. The only thing that they wanted is that after getting power in 1994, they took everything, every cent. There were a lot of monies that were distributed. You know, currently in South Africa, the only relevant organization that we can say no, at least is speaking sense to our logic. We have the Economic Freedom Fighters. We have the BLF. You know, those are organizations that today we can say we still also have the PAC. We also have AZAP. Those are the leftist organizations that we can entrust with the leadership of this country to liberate our people.
So fast, I've been thinking fast. What if I've read about that black people, white people came in this country to divide and conquer, for which they did. We've never seen besides DA, we've never seen a party that was fighting for black people to be liberated. So my question is, why do all these black organizations like IFP, ANC, COPE collaborate and become one party for the whole country instead of fighting this election? They become one party and stand for one thing.
We cannot remember that the ANC, when you had Mandela, when he was asked on what kind of the government will it be? Will it be a socialist government of South Africa, or it will be what? The man said, no, we don't care about the color of the cat, as long as the cat can catch the mice. You can see that the man is confused. The man was confused. That man just wanted to be famous and as the first black president. There's nothing in there. Look, the organizations are driven by ideologies.
Yeah.
In PAC we have Pan-Africanism as an ideology. In AZAPO we have the black consciousness of Biko and socialism. So and then we have this pseudo-communists, the likes of Blade Zimande, that are stealing from black people. They call themselves the South African Communist Party. How do you find a Communist Party in South Africa aligning with the ANC? Because communism is very broad. There won't be communism before socialism.
Yeah, they won't.
So first we must have a socialist state before we run to communist. Yeah, because socialism is a transition state to communism. So all these organizations have failed. Now, at least now, EFF is speaking of Frantz Fanon. Is also speaking of Karl Marx, socialist state. You know. So the likes of BLF, they are black consciousness oriented organization. So they are socialists. They do not compromise on the issue of land, that South Africa belongs to black people. Can't have the country to say that the country belongs to all who live in it. Even no, we are not surprised. The ANC has Chinese now in parliament. A Chinese person comes here and become a parliamentarian and decide on our policies as black people. One Chinese woman is in parliament of South Africa. Oh, chief. How are we? What people look? The country today.
Yeah,
First, when we say you cannot unite the poor with the rich, that's what is happening. We are being sold by this organization. Everyone join politics now, not to serve the people, but to enrich themselves. China will just be stuck here. We are stuck. Black people are stuck in this country. They are just waiting to die. In fact, we are walking tombs.
So when are we going to be liberated?
We are not going to be liberated. The liberation of black people can never be negotiated. In fact. How did we negotiate how do you negotiate to be liberated with white people? The oppressor and the oppressee sitting together and say we are negotiating. How do you think the oppressor will want to lose the economic?
No.
The economy. There are still heavy economy white people here in this country. The politicians, they are stealing the money that was supposed to liberate black people. The black politicians, by the way. Mandela also stole. There was nothing. Mandela never came with a program to liberate black people. That man Mandela was just a person who was just greeting kids on the streets. What was he thinking? He was just greeting kids on the streets. It was not even a program. At least Thabo Mbeki came with this Askiza program.
Yeah.
Masakani programs of building houses for black people. Yeah. But those houses were made, you can't build a 4-room house, a mesh box. Those RDPs are mesh boxes with black people are having families. One black person can make 8 babies. We have just held, in Tembisa here, one black person had 10 kids. Same time, much. When you build a mesh box RDP houses and say, no, you're going to stay there. How many black, have you ever seen a white person staying in Cook?
No.
Yeah, it's only black people. Why? In this country that they are calling it theirs. In our own country, we still have black people who are staying in Cook. White people are staying in mansions in Sandton. An old lady is only a 10-room house and a 21 hectare. black people must go and occupy those houses. If you are one person, you are a one white person, ne?
Yeah.
You are owning a 10-room house, and black people are staying in Mukuk next door. Black people must go and occupy those other rooms. We have no choice. We are not working, we are not doing anything. Black people are dead. In fact. They are dead walking. They are just waiting to be buried.
So fast, by other means, since you say we must,
So what's that mean?
so in other words, fast, you say that we must chase white people away.
We are not. If the wealth of this country are going to be shared, the resources of this country are going to be shared. This doesn't make logic. It doesn't make logic for a one white person to own a 10-room house when yourself you are staying in Mukuk.
So since our mineral has been transported into America and some other countries for it to be manufactured, what do you say about that? So why don't we have our own stigma?
You must ask Ramaphosa. You must ask Ramaphosa, why are we not having those machines so that refine the diamonds, that refines the gold? Yeah, it's done intentional. Queen Elizabeth is the one who is chewing the resources of this country. What Ramaphosa, there is loan mean here. It's London mine, what? The company is from London. Why are we not having mining, what? Are we still having London, Anglo-American, in charge of our mines? So those kinds of things, Chief. Are you saying that the government is failing to buy those machines of refining gold?
No, fast.
Yeah, they don't want it because they are eating with they are colonized. They are the white monopoly capital. The country is being colonized again, and China is coming. It's going to recolonize this country
Soon and very soon.
And you know, China's colonialism is like that. If you are
online.
So
hey man, how do you build online?
so fast. The matters of language. I'm here. In the matters of language, fast.
What are you saying?
The matters of language. Some other countries like Europe,
Yeah.
they don't speak English, but we are forced faster to speak the language that is not ours, which is English. What do you say about that? Why is it we don't this English thing is cut off in 11 languages of South Africa?
You must also ask Ramaphosa on that question. But what we are saying, we wanted our language to solve matters in physics, in mathematics, with our own languages. But black people are intelligent. Fit.
Yeah.
They are very intelligent. But the problem is that we have practitioners. For instance, there's a course here, a useless course called language practice. Which language are you practicing? Why are we not having language developers? Why are we not having language developers? Who are having language practice? People who are practicing language in French, what? We want a language in South Africa to be developed to an extent where it can solve matters in mathematics, matters in physics. Yeah. What is X in Zulu? We want such kind of a language with it. You understand? That can solve those matters. We don't issue of X plus what? X plus mama.
So in other words, we are stereotyped as black people.
We are not stereotyped. We are failed by the ANC government. What are you saying?
So in other words, the ANC government must go down.
This thing, yeah?
It must go down.
Yeah, the ANC government must go down.
And what must go up?
The economic freedom fighters must take power in this country. The 2 generations to come after us will have been liberated. We are tired of ANC, man.
So the question is first, if the AFF takes power, since we all saw that when, since you said first, not so, you heard that when the ANC take power in this country, people were abusing the resources, the leaders of this country, like the late President Mandela and
they are still doing that. Zuma stole money. Ramaphosa stole money.
So what if
stole money.
So what if the EFF takes power?
The EFF
and it changes their ethics and their principles and walk in that lane where our previous leaders,
they must be voted out if they do that.
EFF.
Yeah.
So won't you be disappointed?
I won't be disappointed. They must be voted out if they are doing that.
And
the policies up,
and another party must take power.
The EFF is having its own policies. we're going to hold EFF accountable based on their manifestos, based on their policies. One, the land without compensation. No white person must be compensated for killing our people and taking their land. Why do the government of the EFF must just take the land, the mines, the banks, everything,
and distribute it amongst people?
Yeah.
So what?
He said it's very simple. That if you are having, if the land, the land does not belong. Currently, white people are having title deeds of these hectares that they are staying. But we are saying, every land, no one has the right to own a land in South Africa. It's only the government. And then if you want to utilize that land, you apply. You apply that, no, I want these hectares, I want to do this. And then the Minister of Land Affairs is going to give you a land. You approve, like each and every one. Yeah.
So what do you say about the people who are foreigners, like in Zimbabwe, coming into this country?
Who is a foreigner in Africa? The real foreigners are those ones with pink skin and long noses. Those are the real foreigners in Africa.
Not the people from Azania.
No, not the people from the southern tip of Africa. They are not foreigners, they are our brothers. From Cape to Cairo, Morocco to Madagascar. The real foreigners are those ones who came with 3 ships in Africa, with one purpose, to introduce the Bible and take the land. Black people are praying while white people are owning land. Ours is just to hope that God will assist us. White people never did that. They killed our people and took the land. Yourself, you are saying, no, we are praying, God give us the land back. There's nothing like that. It won't happen. When black people says amen, they find white people having the entire land of Africa. Yourself, you are having the Bible. We are left with the Bible. Themselves, they are having the land. That's what is happening. That's what happened. All revolutions from Cape to Cairo, to Morocco to Madagascar, Mau revolutions and everything, they were started because white people were taking the land, the ownership of the country. They took the ownership of the country now. We have nothing to show in this land that we are calling this land of our forefathers.
That's the only thing to show that it was for our forefathers.
We can make movies with Ushaka Zulu, but the issue is that the land is gone.
Speaking of movies of Ushaka Zulu, why is it all made in the lyrics or the script? They are they speak in English.
No, they want also the white people to understand.
Understand what fast? They're still so fast. I think in other ways they want people to understand the history of Ushaka Zulu. Don't you think that fast? Yeah, fast. Don't you think fast?
Ushaka Zulu is a sellout. He was killing our own black people. How do you recognize a person like Shaka Zulu? Was just that man was bullying people. That man was bullying people. Just come here and he wanted everybody to become under his kingdom. The white people, he was just fighting with a askhai and what. How can you fight a gun with those things? They shot him. He was killed.
He was killed by his own people.
Yeah, he was bullying them.
So don't you think that we as black people will still have the thing whereby we turn our back on each other?
Shaka Zulu was bullying them. They were not able to breathe. Yeah, the only thing that they were supposed to do was to kill that field. But he fought this struggle, that man. He was fighting white people left and right, defending the land. That Mandela sold on the silver platter when he was supposed to take the land as the president. He did nothing.
I did it season 1 for black people's liberation. Wait for season 2 with Charles Mahad.